head coach Mike Budenholzer. We'll start with questions. And Gerald, you are first. Remember to state your name and affiliate, please.
Hey, Coach Gerald Bourget, PHNX Sports. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm just curious because when we last spoke, you had talked about the importance of being able to play with a point guard, being able to play without one. Now that the offseason's over, you have two point guards who can come in here and kind of orchestrate the offense. How do you see that working, especially with the big three that last year had to do a lot of the creation and initiation on that end?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just starts with adding a really good basketball player in Tyus Jones and Monte Morris. So anytime you can add good basketball players, that's a great thing. And I think for our roster, especially to have a point guard, a starting point guard in Tyus, that I think, it puts, all three of those guys, but not just, Book and Kevin and Brad, but the entire group in a position to be their best also. Tyus is, I think well known for setting the floor and getting his teammates involved and, high assist, low turnover. I've been super impressed with just his presence. He has a way about him in the gym, the way he talks with his teammates, the way he has conversations with me. There's a confidence, there's an intelligence. I just think it's an incredible add, and something that, I think credit to James and Josh and the organization to make that happen. Very, very fortunate, and I think Tyus is going to have a big impact, and so is Monte.
Dwayne.
Yes, Coach Dwayne Rankin, Arizona Republic. Good to see you. Two things. One, curious what you think about the team honoring Al with the jersey band. That's one. And then two, the three-guard look. Obviously, how do you like that in terms of the way the game is played today?
Yeah, starting with Al, I mean, it's, I think everybody could see and know, I think the special place he has in probably the whole state's heart, all basketball fans' heart, the Suns' heart, my heart. So to honor him, I think is important to everybody, including me. So, what an incredible career, what an incredible life, an incredible man. Feel fortunate to have known him just a little bit. So, hopefully the way we play, the way we represent ourselves would be something that Al would be proud of. So we'll be proud to wear the patch. The three guard, I'm not exactly sure what you mean with the three guard lineup. I think, with Tyus and Brad and Book and KD, we have a lot of guys, that are kind of perimeter, type skilled guys that can handle, that can shoot, that can pass. I think the game has, been moving in that direction. The more skill, playing with more space, more pace, all those things. We feel like our guys are going to be really good together, and mixing and matching them. And it's not always, you can't have all four of them on the court at the same time. And Grayson is somebody who started a bunch of games. Having him come off the bench, we feel like is going to be something really good for us. And just the way they all mix together. So I'm excited about the talent, the skills that they bring to the table and trying to maximize them.
David.
Hey, David Brandt from the Associated Press. Kevin has been remarkably durable over the past year or so, but he just turned 36 the other day. And, just kind of wondered your kind of long-term thoughts about maybe easing him in, with the miles on his legs over the summer, just easing him in. What's your kind of plan to make sure he stays fresh?
Yeah, I think Kevin's been great this summer. Sometimes he'll make a joke or something about his age, and but as you saw in the Olympics, as you saw this last year, I think he played 75 games. He loves hooping. He loves playing. He and I have kind of started to have a conversation about how do we, ultimately there's, you want to be playing your best basketball and you want to feel great going into the playoffs. How can we be, ultra competitive from Jump Street? I don't love the word ease Kevin or ease our team or ease anybody into the season. We want to be great coming out of the chute. And so, there's always ways to be mindful of Kevin's body. But, I would say not just Kevin, it's really the entire team. We want to take care of them physically, have them feeling good. But at the same time, still be ultra competitive and put ourselves in positions to win on a day-to-day basis and be playing good basketball and feeling good going into the playoffs.
Dave? Oh.
Coach, Dave Burns with Arizona Sports back here in the back. My question for you is about Nurk and whether the work that we've seen him do on social media this summer has been with deliberate intent, perhaps to be a center more in line with maybe with what works with your system. I was curious if you've seen some of those videos and if that was part of your instruction, for lack of a better word, to him in the offseason.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I am in the generational thing. I'm probably just off of I have Instagram, but I don't really know how to go to it, I don't think, or Twitter or all those things. So I have not seen the videos, but I have children that tell me about them or coaches that tell me about them. So I do know what you're talking about. And there definitely has been, I think intentional work by Nurk and conversations with him about, what we think he can do and add and grow. And, most obviously is a three-point shooter. And he's done it a little bit in his past, and we're going to push that envelope. And obviously we feel like there's ways where he can impact the game in a really positive way offensively, but not just three-point shooting. There's lots of things that Nurk's an incredible passer. His skill, his IQ, his vision is, as you watch film and study him, it's pretty unique. So, but yeah, he's been given instruction to work on and shoot and practice threes, and we're going to want to see that in games.
Dana?
Dana Scott, Arizona Republic.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. You know what Grayson can do. You had him in Milwaukee, but also with Bull, this two-part question. What do you think is the biggest attraction of bringing Bull back despite him not playing much in last year's playoffs for this team? And second is, you've seen this happen before with Barkley when he first came to the Suns in '92, and he had that great summer with the Dream Team, and that carried over into the Suns going to the finals. Do you see possibly that happening with Devin, as you just mentioned with Kevin on the Olympics this summer in Paris?
Yeah, well, I guess, first it was a little bit of Grayson and Bowl in the first question. I'll start with Bowl. I think from getting the job and being around, James and Josh and the front office and the guys that had watched the team last year, deciding to keep Fizz on the staff, there's a lot of, I'd say love or support or whatever words you want to use for how Bull can positively impact our team. And you look at some of the analytics when Bull and Nurk played together, were probably some of the best combinations for the team last year. So I think he's a really unique player and a shot blocker, with his length and how he can change the game defensively, and then offensively a unique skill set. Obviously an ability to shoot and make threes, but make, plays that, guys at that, height and normally can't make. So I think learning and listening was really kind of won over with, like, he's somebody that can help us win. He's somebody that can impact winning. So I think we're excited about getting Bull back, and he's had a great summer in the gym working with the coaches. So he's been great. Grayson, it's been awesome to kind of reunite with him. We had, several good years together. Love his wife, Morgan. She's amazing. And I'll just say, watching him in the gym this summer, he's significantly better than when he left. And that's kind of one of our goals. We want players to get better, keep getting better. And he's a really good player. I think he's a lot underrated in a lot of ways, and maybe not appreciated the way he should be. But hopefully he feels that appreciation from me and his teammates, and organizationally getting the contract, the commitment to him. I had not even realized that Charles Barkley played in, the 92, and then it led into, I was actually a Suns fan and not in the NBA in 92. So I remember those finals vividly. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's get Devin Booker to go from gold medalist to NBA finals. And I think the international play can be a springboard to a great season. Being around a lot of international players, it's, I think, really good for those guys, and obviously the American guys.
Barry?
Hey, Mike. Barry Bloom from Sportico. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. So you guys came from behind and beat the Suns in the finals in 2021, and Booker is the only guy left from that team. And they've had, shortened seasons of lack of expectation the last 3 years. What do you think you bring to this franchise as a coach that the last two guys didn't?
Well, I have a ton of respect for all coaches, and so it's always tough to follow, people and bring a new system and things like that. But with a ton of respect for both Frank and Monty, we're going to try and instill things that, we hope are helpful to us being successful and winning in the playoffs and advancing. And, there's a competitive spirit. There's a mindset that goes into, really us just being great competitors. When you get to the playoffs, you have to compete at a really high level. You have to build those habits, starting with first practice tomorrow. And hopefully those habits that we build throughout the year will put us in a position to be successful in the playoffs. I think there's things that fit this roster. There's style of play that fit this roster and the talent on it that we can instill and bring to the table. And the players embrace it, and we become elite and one of the top teams in the league, and compete for a championship. So, but it's all talk at this stage. I'm just like any other coach. I'm trying to get my team ready for practice tomorrow, get ready for games, and be the best we can, and have the best results, come playoff time.
Cam, last question.
Thanks, Stacey. Coach Cameron Cox, 12 News. Good to see you. You talked about it when you were introduced. This was the dream job. So what's it been like to coach your team these past couple of months and just kind of get things rolling? And then also, Matt talked about the details that you've already fixed. What are some of those that you've already changed?
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing to be back in the Valley, back in Phoenix, back in the state of Arizona, around family, friends, all that good stuff. This is the team I grew up cheering for. So, but then, that stuff kind of quickly goes into the glove compartment, or you close the door and you go in the office and, you're a coach. And I just love our roster. Our players have been fantastic this summer, the work they've put in, the effort. Just really, really happy with it. And it's really about the players. So I'm excited to work with them, excited to hopefully get the best out of them. And, attention to detail, or there's just, I don't know, maybe we have better toothbrushes or the shampoo or something like that. But it's there's so many things. I think the organization's in a great place. Matt's been incredibly supportive. I think, I don't know how long he's owned the team, but I think there's just every day he's finding ways to make the organization better, to make, our facilities better, to make our team better. He wants to create an environment where we can be our best and where we can compete for a championship. And, just working with him and James and Josh, there's been a lot of change around the facility, a lot of change with our group, and we feel like it's it's been a huge positive. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.